merry-go, round, round with ya. In and out, then up and down, down.
On May 27th, Meghan released the season finale episode of her podcast series, Confessions of a Female Founder. And this one featured a heartfelt, honest chat with Sarah Blakey, the founder of Spanx. These two powerhouse women really got into the raw truth of entrepreneurship, especially while juggling motherhood. Meghan shared that she gained a whopping 65 pounds during both of her pregnancies and still showed up for royal engagements in 5-inch stilettos. One of her friends joked that her tiny little ankles were bracing themselves, which added a bit of levity to something pretty intense. Our girl was literally out there smiling for the cameras while dealing with swollen ankles and the weight of new motherhood. She also talked about something really touching: advice from her acupuncturist back in the UK. Meghan said when the baby was crying and she didn't know what to do, her acupuncturist told her, "Take care of yourself first." That moment really stuck with her, and honestly, it's a message so many women need to hear. Caring for yourself isn't selfish, it's essential. A happy mom makes a happy baby. So I completely agree. And then came a real mic drop moment from Sarah Blakey herself, who reminded listeners of a shocking but true fact. And Meghan was just as shocked as I was, I'm sure, as you all were as well. Because until 1988, women in the United States could not get a business loan without a man's signature. Just think about it. Even with a job, income, and excellent credit, women had to get a husband or father to co-sign. That changed with the Women's Business Ownership Act, which finally gave women the legal right to access loans on their own. So when Meghan and Sarah talked about raising kids, starting businesses, and building legacies, it's not just inspiring, it's historic. Yeah, and it's crazy to think that women couldn't get business loans without a man's signature until 1988. Right around the same time as other huge moments in the U.S. history, such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. It's a reminder that progress often feels slow, but every step counts. And I would also say that I absolutely enjoyed the podcast. It was so good. And I look forward to the next episode, which will cue in the drums. And it will feature Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mother. Yes, y'all. Tina Knowles will be appearing on Megan Sussex's podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, next Tuesday, June 3rd. This special episode was a surprise because Tina personally reached out to Megan for an interview. Yep, that is so exciting. The Duchess of Sussex shared a teaser clip for the episode on her Instagram story, saying, "Next week, we've got one more special interview for you," she wrote. Oh my gosh. So excited about that. Love Tina Knowles so much. You know, she's Beyonce's mom. So we call like Beyonce like the queen bee, but she's like literally Beyonce's queen because she's her mom. And I mean, not only did she give birth to Beyonce, she gave birth to Solange. Two incredibly talented women who's just killing it right now. Love it. So June 3rd, we will be having that podcast interview and we're going to be listening to it. I don't know if I'll listen to it in like approximately like 11 p.m. Central Time because I'm in the Central Time Zone, or midnight. I should wait. I don't know yet. All I know is I am so excited. And now let's talk about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's 7th wedding anniversary, which was on May 19th. I know I spoke about it on the last podcast, but I wanted to speak on it again because of some recent entertainment news regarding the couple. And I just want to make a quick note because I read a lot of your comments and even though I do say allegedly and not confirmed in the podcast, some of you are like, this did never happen. This story never happened. I can't believe you're reporting on tabloids or something. Like, it's entertainment, okay? I'm gonna want to make a disclaimer, a quick note on what I'm about to share hasn't been officially confirmed by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex themselves, aka Harry and Meghan Sussex. This has not been confirmed by them. This story is based on entertainment reporting from Hello and In Style. And since the couple has made it absolutely clear that they value direct communication, this should be treated more as light, unverified news, not confirmed fact. With that said, sources say, see that? Anyhow, sources say that the couple celebrated with a private spa getaway at a luxury resort in Arizona. According to reports, it was a peaceful, private retreat, something tucked away from the public eye. Just the kind of quiet celebration you'd expect from two people who had the years that they had. Of course, they live a beautiful, peaceful life right now. They're living their best lives. They're thriving. But come on, we remember from royal sources or sources in general on, fake stories. But I really hope that this one is a genuine story. Like, I really hope that they went to some beautiful, romantic, luxury spa resort because they definitely deserve it. Even with everything they've been through, stepping away from the royal life, moving countries, and just starting over, as I mentioned before, they're living their best lives and are not looking back. Prince Harry and Princess Meghan are holding strong, as they should. So, when royal biographer Robert Jobson recently commented on their bond, as he says that their bond appears solid. And once again, it's important to know that Robert Jobson's insights come from speculation and insider information, not direct confirmation from Harry and Meghan themselves, especially since the couple has largely shut out royal biographers after everything that they went through in the UK. So while the royal biographers offer interesting perspectives, take them with a grain of salt. And once again, I love. So I would say this. So here's the 7 years of marriage. And to doing it their way. Good on Prince Harry and Princess Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, aka Harry Sussex and Meghan Sussex. Okay. I also wanted to add in a non-Harry and Meghan news. Just one story that I do per podcast that has nothing to do with the royals or Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And this time it's regarding Cassie Ventura. I wanted to take a moment to send a heartfelt thoughts to Cassie Ventura. Cassie and her husband Alex Fine welcomed their third child, a baby boy, on May 27th, 2 weeks after she had to testify against her abusive ex, P. Diddy Combs, in court. And after having to just endure that, to have to face her abuser, period, she's a survivor. But after having to face her abuser again like that, this birth came right on time. So congratulations to both Cassie and her husband Alex on the birth of their son. Cassie's strength in standing up, speaking out, and continuing forward is nothing short of powerful. And for anyone listening who may be experiencing something similar, please know that you're not alone. If you or someone you love is in an abusive situation, help is available. You can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 or visit thehotline.org for a confidential 24/7 support. There's healing, there's help, and there's always hope. Now, switching gears back to Megan Sussex and her interview with Fast Company, as well as her Sweet Like Honey Instagram post with Princess Lilibet. Meghan recently gave an insightful interview to Fast Company, where she talked about the evolution of her lifestyle brand. Originally launched as American Riviera Orchard, the brand has since been rebranded to As Ever. In the interview, Meghan explained that while the original name paid homage to Santa Barbara, where she and Prince Harry live, it felt a bit limiting. As Ever offers a more universal and timeless feel, something she felt better captured the essence of what she hopes to build. This rebrand also coincides with her new partnership with Netflix. Through their consumer products division, she's been able to expand As Ever in ways that align more closely with her broader goals. It's a thoughtful move, one that reflects both her entrepreneurial vision and the kind of calm, grounded storytelling she's leaning into. And what also stood out from this interview was Duchess Meghan sharing an adorable mom moment that us supporters love to hear about. She revealed that Prince Archie woke her up after losing his first tooth. How exciting is that? And of course, she stepped right into the role of Tooth Fairy, like all mommies do. It's one of those little stories that reminds you, behind all the headlines, whether BS or truthful, Meghan is still navigating the everyday joys of motherhood. And staying in theme of sweet moments with the kitties, wrapping up with this portion of the podcast with Meghan's sweet like honey post of herself and Princess Lilibet with their beekeeper suits. I know I mentioned that in the previous podcast, but this is like an extended version of that video. It features, of course, the sugar from the Archies. So let's get to it. Meghan shared a heartwarming Instagram video where she and her daughter Princess Lilibet don matching beekeeper suits to harvest honey straight from the honeycomb. Set to the catchy tune Sugar Sugar by the Archies. Archies, love that, that's so cute. The video captures Meghan gently guiding Lilibet through the process, culminating in them placing the fresh honey into a jar. It looks so fresh and delicious. And just watching that video truly inspired me because I'm currently in the South right now. And I don't want to tell you where in the South I'm at, but I'm like at the border. Anywho, I'm fortunate to have local farms and farmers markets nearby. It's a lot like Illinois with the farmers and farm and barns and all that really great stuff. The Midwest stuff. Yeah, it's a lot like that, this area. At least to me, it reminds me of that. Anywho, seeing Meghan and Lilibet beekeeping adventures truly makes me want to visit one of these local spots to experience harvesting honeycomb myself someday. So who knows? Maybe I'll record my experience, in a beekeeper suit. And getting some honeycomb myself. And I don't know if I'll be brave enough to do it with the bees while the bees are on, but it's going to be close enough. And if they don't have any of that over here, then I shall just purchase the honeycomb with the honey, and I'll just take a picture of it, look, see. So from honey jars to lifestyle expansion, Meghan seems to be in a deeply creative chapter. And yes, we are here for it. Anywho, that's the end of this portion of the podcast. So let's get to the What for Real skits. So hit it, Horsemilla.
This podcast is sponsored by Homest,
where the breeze will lead you onto the lap of your very own married middle-aged father of two. Buy it at your local Sephora or at an available Amazon storefront today.
When my dear late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, opened a new Canadian Parliament in 1957, the Second World War remained a fresh, painful memory. The Vietnam War, the fall of the Berlin Wall, and the start of the War on Terror. Fundamental change is always unsettling.
I despise using my public speaking voice.
You sound divine, tampon baby.
And I've already got that blasted Trump trying to contact me. Charlios! I thought we were friends. Us grifters got to stick together.
Ugh, disgusting.
It was a fine time to overshadow Harold and his appearance.
Unfortunately, tampon baby, Harry was in China for environmental reasons. He made a long-haul trip to Shanghai to remind travel industry executives of the urgency to meet vital climate and conservation targets by 2030.
Boo-hoo, why can't Harold just roll back on the grass with his brats?
Why don't we take a nap until our flight back home is done?
William, darling, I don't know what else to say other than to have your own legacy, and Harry has his own. Perhaps you ignore his news, then your life would be less stressful.
I wanted to go to Canada, and yet that old bastard stole the opportunity for me. He's not better than Harold.
Still bitter, I see. And why are you in my office?
You look like an old imbecile in Canada, you old grifter.
And you are a younger version of I, a younger grifter.
Tampon baby! Breaking news! Harper Pazam can confirm that Beyonce's mother will be the next guest on Megan's Lemonada Media podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder.
Did you just say that Beyonce's mother will be in Megan's podcast next Tuesday, June 3rd?
Yes.
How does Megan get all the great celebrities on her show?
Being an American and friends with the stores helps. Whenever I try contacting anyone from there, they ignore me, as if I'm despair. It makes me incandescent with rage.
And as usual, Harold's wife has to steal our spotlight.
Nobody's paying any attention to you, old man.
And neither you. Now, all of you, out of my office, at once. And that's all for this podcast. And I hope that your days are full with blue skies, sunshines, with positive vibes. I'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Also, join the membership. And you can check out my Walmart storefront, my Amazon storefront. And you can also follow me on TikTok, Red Note, Blue Sky, and oh yes, don't forget to follow my cat's Oreo and Luna's page on Facebook. My name is Deanna, and you were watching Thriving with the Sussexes. I'll talk to you soon.